All I know is this violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
How are you?
Hey, who wants to help me get this recorder out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You are listening to Blame Your Brother.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to Blame Your Brother, episode 116. We are back once again to deliver our take on the news, pop culture, society. We are Blame Your Brother. Come hang out with us every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time at blameyourbbrother.tv. We're doing the stream right now on Facebook Live and Periscope, so if you have either of those, you can check us out. And we're still working through the YouTube stuff. We are still banned from streaming on YouTube, but hey, whatever. Life is life. So anyway, there's three of us that come to you every week. I am one third of that trio. I am David, a.k.a. D-Brew, voice of the people, Mr. 40%, Glenn Jackson, Nick Nickum, the spiritual midget. I'm joined by this man who sits to the left of me. It's my actual brother. It's Lee.
What up, everyone? Ron, Jeremy's bastard child, checking in for another episode. Happy to be here. And, of course, the one only LeBron safety pin.
And then I got this guy sits over here to the right, the disappointment meister himself. It's John.
John here, a.k.a. Tico, a.k.a. your golden knight, Tico. Mr. PTI, the madman.
They got John Tortorella, a madman.
They do have a madman.
Okay, he's a madman.
All right, so that's us three, David, Lee, John. We will be talking to you for the rest of the show, so hang on. We get started every week the same way. If you listen all the time, you know where we're going with this. If you're new, hang on, enjoy it. We say a lot of things that maybe aren't true, maybe partially fake news, whatever. We give a chance for all three of us to apologize, make retractions, say, hey, I was wrong. Here you go. So, Lee,
I think we should start with you guys this week.
Okay, John, is there anything you messed up on last week's episode?
Not that I can think of.
Baby moon, you're good with that term? You're sticking with the baby moon? Everything's
I
good?
did not coin that term. That's just what it's called.
Okay, well, you said it. So, all right, let me see. Anything last week? I did another Australian accent. Apologize, another shrimp on the bobby. Sorry about that, Australia. Actually, I did want to say that they did a poll for Australia, and they found that Southern accents are the most sexy accents to Australian people. So, hey now.
I guess that's when Nicole Kidman ended up with Keith Urban.
So, hey now, from Australia. All right, so, Lee.
Well, I was hoping that you guys would apologize for me, but I guess that's not
I will.
We apologize for you all the time.
We will apologize for you.
I'm sorry about Lee. Please forgive him.
I mean, I almost forgot about it.
Forgive me.
I almost forgot about it, but then John brings it up pre-show, and it's like, hey, remember what we did last week that was horrible? Ha, 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 ha.
Okay.
Because that's exactly what happened.
Anyway.
So what happened?
Oh, nothing. Y'all just completely ignored me.
Wah. All right. So we did get a voicemail. Somebody called in, and they left a message for Lee. They had some things to say. It's a short message. I don't know. They reference Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who you had talked disparagingly about a couple of episodes ago. So they did not like that. So we're just going to, as women move forward, this is the age of women we're in. The white men, we're done. We're dead. We're yesterday's news. We're racist or we're misogynistic. Okay, whatever. Women are moving forward. Lee does not respect the women. He does not respect Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Whoa.
Hey, I'm just saying what you said on the episode to give people backstory. You're not. Are you? So you respect Sarah Huckabee Sanders?
Oh, I thought you said women in general.
No, Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
No, I don't.
Okay, thank you. All right, so here is.
I would feel better about her if she didn't shop at the dress barn.
Here is the voicemail.
You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible. You shouldn't treat people that way.
There you go.
For those who are wondering, that was Kanye.
Do you have anything to say to that individual?
The voice sounds a little familiar.
A little familiar.
I don't know. It's like almost like someone used a voice changer to call
I don't know. I play them as they come in. Is there anything you want to say to that person? They think you're horrible. You shouldn't be on the show.
You know what? People are allowed to have any opinion they want. I'm not for everyone, just like David isn't for most people. And
No,
John's
I am. No,
for
that's
very
wrong.
Few.
That's actually
so,
wrong. That's backwards. That's wrong.
It's whatever.
That's wrong, actually. All right, let's move on then. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So, John, you left the state of Tennessee this past week on your baby moon trip. All right, tell everybody where you went. What did you do?
I went. If you haven't didn't catch on to my nickname this week, I went to Vegas.
Okay.
It was me, wife, and the small kid, almost 2.5. It was an interesting trip.
So you flew out there, right?
Yes.
Any problems with the TSA?
No, TSA was fine.
Okay.
Did they search you?
They were fine. No, they
Did you
did not.
pre-check it?
No, we did not
Did they
pre-check.
backscatter you?
I don't know what you mean by that.
You step into the machine that has like the revolving
Did they
door.
blast
Oh,
you?
yeah,
They
yeah,
blast
they
you with
blasted-
radiation.
yeah.
Oh,
Did they
nice.
backscatter your small child?
No,
Really?
No,
What-
children get to go in. The children get to bypass it
Oh,
they don't get. They don't even have to take
Why?
off their shoes either.
why is that?
because they're children, dude. They're not going to blast them with radiation. That's when you get older. You know what I mean?
You got less time to live.
Yeah.
So okay, so how was the flight? It was good. I mean, did the kid go crazy?
He didn't handle the first one that well.
Yeah.
The second one, we drugged him up, so he was all
Oh.
good.
I'm sorry. What? What did you just say?
We gave him a little bit of trouble for the.
Oh
flight.
no.
I hope that was doctor approved.
It
Okay.
was.
Okay. So how was Vegas itself, though?
It was larger than life. There's a lot of things different from the movies that you would not expect. We did not see a single coin-operated slot machine.
That's a shame.
Well,
Not a single
Of course
one.
not.
But you didn't gamble, right? You didn't.
I did. I spent about $50.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Someone get the tip on the line.
You need to write down an apology for that for next week.
No,
You're not supposed to gamble, right?
I look at gambling like an arcade.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, I really do not expect to win.
So can I use the same justification for anything like adultery, blasphemy?
That it's
like
a video game?
Yeah.
No, you cannot.
I mean, but
That's nothing like a. How does a video game work? You put money in it, you play it, then you walk away. That's what happened.
well, what if I'm a player though? I'm a player. It's a game. Playing a game.
No.
Okay, so how did you do gambling? How was
Sounds like you lost $55.
I lost $55.
Okay, what were you playing?
Just
slots?
a slot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where should I go to eat if I go to Vegas, John?
Oh, a lot of good food in Vegas. We went to a place called I've got a friend that lives out there, and he treated us to a place called Fuku Burger. Really, really good. Really good. And
Is it from the chef? God, what's the guy's name? I know.
not Gordon Ramsay.
No. There's a
Not
Fuku.
Wolfgang Puck.
There's a Fuku guy. He has a documentary on Netflix. I think that's.
I don't think it is, but it might have been. I don't
Okay.
know.
All right. So
It's a very it's a Japanese pop culture type burger place.
okay.
So it was a really, really, really good burger. Funny side fact: if anybody out there that's an Imagine Dragons fan, the friend of mine that
My children are.
oh, there you go. My friend that met us out there, that's his the lead singer's brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Wait a second. What?
yeah,
Wait,
The
whoa,
lead
whoa.
singer's
Back.
the
brother.
lead singer of Imagine Dragons.
You could get him on the program then.
Dan Reynolds.
Not the
wait.
brother, the singer.
The
Yeah.
singer. You could get him on the show.
I don't know.
What the hell's going on here, John? You have this literal. This is less than 6 degrees.
we go.
This is a 2-degree separation to Imagine.
Hey, if John drops another ball, he might be a man. Next show.
John, you realize if Imagine Dragons came on this program,
You
the
need to
numbers,
apologize this week for that joke.
the numbers
lying.
would be through the roof.
I'll
you
see what I can do.
Can you work on this for real?
Sure.
So, well, how do you know this guy?
From church. 'Cause he's
So
Mormon.
Okay, so you know him, like you're pretty friendly with him, so you could call him or text him and go, "Hey, just want to throw it out there. Any chance?" Because he was on another podcast I listened to, and he was a really funny guy, actually, really cool dude.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised. And my kids, they do love Imagine Dragons, so I've listened to them quite a bit. But if you could get them on the program, John, come on,
I'll see what I can do.
just a 5-minute phone call would. I mean, the numbers would be it'd be through the roof. Okay, so you met the brother of Imagine Dragons. He was like, you were your guide or whatever, or what?
No, I knew him. He used to live here,
Okay, he was out there,
and
now.
he lives out there now.
Okay.
In fact, he grew up out there. He just moved back out there.
Okay.
But he's a doctor. He was doing residency work here in Vanderbilt. That's how I knew him.
Damn, so he's a doctor, and his brother's the lead singer of one of the most popular rock bands in like the world.
And he's up in the Fuku burger with you.
They're doing pretty good.
Did you tell him like, hey man, I'm like one of the best Podcasters in Nashville.
My wife was wearing her Blame Your Brother shirt when we went out
Nice.
to dinner.
Oh, nice. There you go.
So.
Yeah.
Didn't see you blame your selfies. But anyway, I do want to say that, so we were voted third best podcast in Nashville by the readers of the Nashville scene. That is actual. It's true. It's factual. And we're not making that up. It's not a bit. It's not a joke. My children ask about that all the time now. Now, I was watching Good Morning America today, and these bozos come out. They're doing a podcast called Deck the Hallmark, where they watch 37 Hallmark Christmas movies, and they have a podcast about it. And these jokers are on Good Morning America, and I'm like, why aren't we on some show, man? We're like the third best podcast in the city of Nashville. It's like the it city of the world. We can't get any coverage
Have
to
you
save our ass.
called and tried?
I guess I need to.
All you have to do is call.
Okay.
All you have to do is maybe even email them. It's 2018. Just at them on Twitter.
Let's
Just
do it.
at them
Okay.
at Twitter.
Good Morning America. I will do that.
Make it
once the show
happen.
ends.
Tell them that John has watched 40 Lifetime Christmas
don't-
shows and movies. And
Actually, don't mention John at all.
Okay. Don't mention John. Okay.
Maybe just skip that.
I mean, he's the only guy who literally is one step away from Imagine Dragons lead singer. That just made me go on.
if
It'd be like, hey man, hey, I know Ed Sheeran, or what is that his name? Ed
Sheeran?
Okay.
I guess so.
Hey man, my buddy's like best friends with Ed Sheeran. Get him on the podcast. No big deal. We don't want to do that.
I
So,
know T Swift's ex-boyfriend.
yeah, we can get her on the show. We'll talk about her. Okay. So anyways, so you had the Fuku burger and all that. What else? Anything else stand out? I mean, the sights. Anything you saw that was
the sites, it's a pretty amazing place. If you are going to shows, if you go to Vegas, make sure you bring good walking shoes. Everything is further away than it looks.
okay?
You go to a show?
We went to a lot of exhibits. We
Donkey?
didn't go to any shows.
Exhibits?
Yes.
Like the Butterfly House and the Pink Flamingos or something? Is that what you're talking
I don't
about?
know what
have
any of
no
that
idea
is,
what you're
but-
talking
There's
about.
like a butterfly house in one of the motels. And then there's like Pink Flamingos. They're very famous.
We didn't do either
The
of
Flamingo
those.
Hotel.
Did you go
I
to the
believe.
Bunny Ranch with the family? Just took them out
That's
there.
a different.
exhibits
that's-
did you go to,
that's
John?
in Reno.
Name me one exhibit you went
We
to.
went
then.
to there was an Avengers exhibit we went to. There was a Titanic exhibit. We went to what else did we do? There was a Siegfried and Roy has a
Oh boy,
conservatory garden there and a dolphin show there.
a dolphin show.
Yes.
No tigers.
So you
There were
bring up a
tigers in the
dolphin
common
show. I bring up butterflies and flamingos, and I'm the bad guy.
I didn't call you a bad guy. I just said I never heard of it.
You're the bad guy, man.
You think
You're the
anyone's
bad guy.
heard of the Siegfried and Roy? Didn't that guy die of a tiger bite or something?
He almost did. I don't think he
I
died.
don't
Right?
think he died.
He switched to dolphins. After
Dolphins
that.
like
We
screw
gotta
these
do-
tigers, man. There's
gotta do
too
something else.
much. So okay, so you had a good time.
Yeah,
So you're
had a good
back.
time.
You didn't nothing swinger style, the movie Swingers, Vince Vaughn. Nothing Vegas baby. You didn't do anything
No.
like that. Okay. All right, there you go. John hit Vegas. Did you spread the word about Blame Your Brother besides your wife wearing the T-shirt?
I wore both my T-shirts during
did?
the trip.
Okay.
My regular one and the misogyny alert one.
Anyone ask about them or?
The Blame Your Brother one, I got a few comments on, but
So would you go back?
What'd
to
you say?
Vegas?
they some of them were just saying, "Oh, Blame Your Brother, that's cool," when they were just walking by. So I didn't really get a chance to elaborate. But there was one. I was in a line to get something to drink, and the person that was running the line, she asked about it, and
Sweet.
I talked about the show.
There you go. All right.
So would you
Spread the
go
word.
back? What's the?
Would I go back?
Yeah. Or have you seen it all?
I'd go back.
Well, Jason said sounds like a terrible trip. So there you go. This past week, I went camping with the boys. I did a little camping outside.
By yourself or like Boy Scouts?
It was Boy Scouts.
So there's other people there.
Yeah, I
Thank
mean, I
God.
didn't know any of them. I mean, we set up our tent and kind of kept to ourselves and the little small talk with some of the dads there. But did you know, fun fact of the day,
Good boy.
did you know that they burn American flags at the Boy Scout campouts? Did you know, that they burned American flags?
If it touches the ground,
No.
there's-
Well, that may be one of the reasons. But also, if a flag is unfit to basically be displayed anymore, the proper way you're supposed to do it is you burn the flag. I didn't know that. So the first time I ever went to one of these things, I was like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, am I in like American History X Part 2 or something?
You know who
'Cause,
else
I mean,
burns American flags?
Who's that?
Communists.
Yeah, well, so you love it. You want directions to the next trip. But did you know that? I didn't know that.
I mean, I think you posted something online about it.
Yeah,
a while
people were
back.
like, "Whoa, what's going on there, dude? What are you
They
doing?"
were like mad.
Yeah, they were like,
they were
"What?"
like ripping the Nike symbols off their shoes.
They
and
were.
stuff.
They were very upset, but we made it through. I just thought that was interesting.
So how did the small talk with the dads go?
It was
Did
just
they
like,
roll up with their shorts on and like?
Well, it was rather cold, so there were no shorts.
Okay.
But I mean,
Any bow ties?
no bow ties. It was Boy Scout related, but it wasn't like a typical Boy Scout thing. It was just an overnight camping trip. I mean, we had a good time, and you just walk up and go, "Hey, how you doing? I'm David. I'm so and so. What pack are you with? Blah blah blah. And this is pretty cool. Blah 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 blah." It was it was nothing that great, but that's kind of what I did. And then, did you have anything this week? You did?
Yeah, like I was sick most of the time with the changing weather. That's never fun. But I did take the time to like write a hip hop song.
Oh, okay.
So me and my boy are hoping that's in the top 10 pretty soon. So look for that.
Where's
But
this
What
at?
if we get a little snippet of this?
it's. I mean, I got to keep it a little bit close right now.
No,
You know,
just you,
we still got to clean it up in the studio and stuff. You know, it's
give us a little taste, a little.
just a little taste.
What is
Little
this?
something,
Yeah,
something.
come on. Give us.
It's called I think it's going to be called A New Day.
Okay.
It's a new day.
Oh,
It's
boy.
about like facing some of life's addictions head on.
Such as?
Just life, man.
No. What are the addictions?
You're just gonna have to wait. I can't. Like I said.
So is it like just having a positive attitude?
Not exactly, but I'm contractually obligated not to talk anymore about it. But what I did do.
Can I see this contract?
Yes, after the show. What I
Yeah,
did
that's what I
do
thought.
was vote.
Okay, that's what I wanted to talk about.
So this year, I feel like there was more pressure for people to get out and vote than
Well,
ever before.
Apparently.
You could not get on social media without seeing just a mound of text saying vote.
Mm-hmm.
Vote. With like literally, people were going, I will do anything. I would literally do anything if you would go vote.
Oh, hey now.
I know, it was weird. I don't want to get banned from Facebook.
Yeah, Okay, so here's what happened this time. This is why they think, and number one, this was supposed to be a very important election because this was for control of the House and the Senate. Okay, so if you didn't know, the Republicans had the control of both the House of Representatives and the Senate. And so this election was to determine who would take over, both. And you had such big stars as Taylor Swift here locally, told people to go out and vote for Phil
Beyonce
Bredesen.
in Texas.
Beyonce, Oprah,
Pretty much
Oprah.
everyone.
Now, what's funny to me is that a lot of analysts here locally who don't know what they're talking about, unlike this show, which we actually called it, Taylor Swift had no impact here. Like,
I wouldn't say she had no impact.
She had no impact.
She probably got people out to vote.
Well, it doesn't matter. Marsha Blackburn won, which is not good. Let's just be honest here, but it's not surprising. And then Bill Lee won, which is actually kind of weird because if you don't know, Bill Lee was, just for those not here, was a guy running for governor who was not a politician, kind of like Donald Trump.
Okay, so you're talking about the super boring stuff no one cares about.
No, real quick, but he's like the opposite of Donald Trump in that he's a family guy. He's a real nice guy. He ran a very positive campaign. He didn't have any negative ads because if you lived here locally, and I'm sure if you lived anywhere else, the ads were literally nonstop on TV.
Oh yes.
Every commercial had at least 2 ads for some political ad. It was maddening, and the ads were so dumb.
They were back to back.
I mean,
you'd see Marsha Blackburn, then you'd see Phil Bredesen.
And the Marsha Blackburns had Phil Bredesen like sound clips just pulled out of like you would do here if you want to make someone look bad. It's just like, yep, I did that. It's like, whoa, what you did what? What is that clip? So anyways, so Bill Lee won. So the Republicans won here is what I'm basically saying. So Taylor Swift, all the T Swift people thought she was going to come in and rock the vote. And you saw a lot, man, this is when things change in Tennessee. Things are going down in this city. And they didn't. Now, the big one in Nashville that did is Amendment 1 did get passed, which means there will be an oversight committee for police officers. Basically, if there's a shooting or if there's some use of force that is unjustified, actually a civilian board will actually look at it now. And police officers are pissed about that. They're not happy.
Well,
Lee,
of course they're
what do
not.
you think about Lee? Do you think
I think it's boring. No one cares. Like
no?
it
What do you
passed.
think? Should a civilian oversight board be over use
I'm
of
pretty
force?
sure everyone but the police said yes on that one.
Did you
Everyone
vote
but
it?
the police.
Did you
voted.
vote?
Yes, I voted yes.
Okay.
Of course.
See,
I think the majority of the people in Tennessee voted yes.
John,
for it.
what would you have voted?
I would have voted no.
Okay. Well, I would have. That's interesting. Why do you say that?
Because these people have to make split decisions. There's the thing, when we were younger, we were in a group called Police Explorers, which is basically Boy Scouts of America. It's a branch of Boy Scouts of America that gears kids who are interested in becoming police officers the rules of pretty much the way you're supposed to do things as a police officer. And there's a section, there's a scenario that we had to go through called shoot, don't shoot.
Okay.
And you had to make a decision that would basically affect either your life or someone else's life permanently.
Okay.
In the manner of split seconds.
Okay.
Number one, this board has hours. I say board.
This quote,
this board,
quote unquote,
air quote board.
If you don't hear quote unquote this board, okay, go ahead.
Has months to think about things.
Well, yeah.
So number one, that's not fair to the police officer who's right there in the line of duty that has to make the decision
Okay.
quickly. For you to sit around and be able to say, "Oh, well, you should have done this."
So wait,
and they have all
whoa.
this time. Number one, and number two, their lives are not right there on the line.
But that's why you need a group that's neutral looking at the decisions. Are you saying then police officers should be justified the majority of the time they shoot someone? Not every time, but the majority of time, would you side with the officer, would you say?
I think that in order to become a first of all, I think police officers need to be paid more, and it should be harder to become a police officer.
Okay. But still.
And well, that way you would rule out a lot of people that should not be police officers. You more than any of us here have interacted with more police officers than anyone else, right?
Fair enough, yeah.
You know of people that you probably scratch your head and say, "How did this person become a police
Quite
officer?"
a bit, yeah, quite a bit.
All right?
Yeah.
Those are the types of people that we are questioning, right? For the most part. There's probably a lot of police officers that you're like, you know what, this is a good cop.
Jason Singh says, "Oh, John. Oh, John."
That's fine.
Lee, why did you vote for it?
Because, like, John is basically, I mean, what John is saying is not factually incorrect. Like, obviously, when you become a police officer, they're already giving you the ability to shoot someone in the letter of the law. They're giving you the pass on that. The problem is when you have people abusing the power. So if you have someone that's a known racist or someone that's on the take, someone that's doing illegal activity behind the badge, if there's no oversight, or the oversight are their friends in the police department, that's a huge problem. So what the community oversight does is remove that layer of responsibility from the police officers' friends and coworkers and takes it as, is it going to be a perfect system? No. Is it going to be better than what we have now? We certainly hope so. We think it's
passed, so I hope so too.
If it at the very least engages the community and makes them feel better after their sons or daughters are shot down in the streets for legal or non-illegal activities, then it's doing a better job than what it's doing now.
All right. Well, there you go. That's two perspectives.
Now, what you could say, if you were going to vote against it because it's more money, more budget, more red tape to go through, that would be the only thing that I would say would be bad, is if you look at it and you go, this is going to be poorly run, it's going to be extra money, it's going to be red tape, it's not going to be effective. That would be the only reason not to vote for it, I think.
So Rusty asks, is Tennessee wide or just Nashville? It's just Nashville. It's just
Sorry,
Metro
I said
Nashville.
Tennessee earlier.
Yeah, it's just Metro Nashville.
But
So,
I would argue that the T-Swift lift did help pass this amendment.
you think so?
Yeah.
So you're giving T Swift credit.
Yeah.
What did you vote on this?
I didn't vote on it, but
He
I
doesn't
would have
live in
voted.
Nashville.
Oh,
I don't vote in Nashville, but I live in Williamson County. But I would have voted yes. I think at this stage where we're at in society, with the number of officer shootings, the most recent one where an officer, I know people that listen, a lot of these people listen are conservative. I get it. I engage with our listeners. I know they're not going to like this, but the situation where the officer shot the man in the back as he was running away, that's just not justified on any level. And I can speak.
It's not what you're trained to do.
I can,
as a police
yes,
officer.
I can speak highly to. I worked for the police department for 18 plus years. I know that's not the way it should go. And that guy, that's just not right. And a committee could look at that and go, it's just not. You can't do that.
There's a lot of people.
But here's the thing: if he went through a more strenuous training and it was harder for him to become a cop, would he have become a cop?
Yes.
Probably.
They're looking to hire
Hold on. The Metro experience is not an easy one. It is a very long training academy. It is military run style. I mean, they run you to the ground. It it is quasi-military. I mean,
I'm not just talking about the
it's training for
the
like,
physical aspects
No,
of it.
it's training
I'm
every
talking
day.
about psychological aspects of it too.
They have psychological. They have psychological law. They have all kinds of things there.
Then how did that guy get through?
John, what do you? I mean,
I'm just saying.
anybody can pass a test. It doesn't mean they're fit once they get out there. It doesn't mean they're going to do the right thing. I mean, the
There's
majority
a lot of people that feel that he's justified in shooting
Oh,
someone running.
many,
around. There's
many-
many people,
People
and
who
many
don't
cops
know.
Oh no,
who feel like they should shoot people that are running.
many people that are in law enforcement that I've talked to think he's justified and thought he was right in doing it. I talked to him and they said he was in the right. And these are law enforcement employees that think this.
And that's why you got to move the oversight.
That's why you need
Out
an
of the
oversight
department.
committee. So I know it's going to upset people, but hey, sometimes things got to change. And I think the problem with this country, with a lot of things, is that we cling to what we are, not to what we should be. You know, and that's with individuals as well. Like you build your identity as a person around this one thing. We always want to be right, and that's something that's very wrong with America, is that we think we got to be right all the time.
It's not just America. That's the human.
Well, yeah, but
psyche.
it's really bad here where you got to
agree with
realize
that.
that you don't know everything and you're going to be wrong a lot of the time. And it is an ego thing and it's hard to do. But I don't know. I'm just saying. So anyways, so you think T Swift helped get that passed? Well,
So
Oprah,
just to go to the comments real quick.
Go ahead.
Jason Steen says that they can't hire cops that it is. They're losing 10 more a month than they can hire. And I believe that's accurate. If you want to get quality cops, the first step you have to do is raise the standards and the wages. If you don't raise the quality of life for a police officer, then what incentive? The only people you're going to attract are like good old boys or people that want to go to war.
Yeah.
That's it. Like you're going to have to do something else. You're going to have to bring in.
well, yeah,
That's the first thing I said earlier.
but you could say it about teachers, right?
You definitely have to say that about teachers.
You could say it about a lot of professions.
But teachers and police officers are probably the maybe I
Underpaid.
feel like nurses and doctors.
I
are
was going to
paid
say
well,
nurses, but
they're actually paid well.
yeah. So
But anyway,
okay, so
I did
Oprah,
wanna-
hold on, Oprah Popra went down to Texas
Who?
and Popra
Popra.
Winfrey.
Why are we calling her Popra?
That's one of her
She preaching.
nicknames. That's one of her nicknames, Popra. Look
Never
it up.
heard that before.
She'd be preaching.
She was campaigning for the first, I believe, black female governor of, say, Texas, I believe. And they didn't win. Now, so all these people believe that Oprah, the talk was she was going to be running for president in 2020. And I think, to me, this shows maybe hold up on that.
No, that's
Hold
so
up on that.
ignorant to say that because someone tells people to vote and the person doesn't get elected, that they should just never say
Okay.
anything.
Well,
again?
I do want to.
That's ridiculous.
Hold on. He didn't say that she wasn't going to say anything anymore. He's saying that maybe if she did have plans, she's going to put a pin in it for a little while.
Yeah. Do you hear me?
Do you know?
He's not saying
But hold on.
she's
This is
just going to
Texas.
stop.
Hold on, but I want to get to
This is
this.
Texas.
I want to get to this. So Ted Cruz won in a highly contested battle. Everyone knows who Ted Cruz is, obviously. Ted Cruz beat the guy barely.
Small hands.
Small hands. So he won barely, and they said the reason why he won is because the majority of white females voted for Ted Cruz. And this brought on a backlash and on the online social media that women that aren't white are attacking white women, saying they messed up and they're white women being white, and they question their decision making, and they have to do better. And this is something that really bothers me quite a bit, because they say if you vote for a certain person and it's not the person that they want you to vote for, you're a racist or you're a dummy or you're not thinking right.
true.
And don't you believe, this is my core belief. I believe that the majority, not everybody, but we can speak, the majority of people that run are running because they believe their mentality is what is best for the country. I don't believe there's a bunch of people running, trying to get in there, trying to destroy the system. I believe Ted Cruz believes his conservative way of life, which fits in close to John than Lee, is the best way to run this country. And I think we've come to the point now where if you can't even sit down and talk with anybody, because if you vote for Trump or if you vote for Cruz or on the flip, if you vote for Bernie Sanders or if you vote for this person, you're either a snowflake crybaby or you're a dummy redneck.
But I think the difference is like the people that you mentioned, like Ted Cruz, are completely okay with stepping on other people to elevate themselves and others that are close to them.
That's
They
most politicians.
They don't see every human being as a human being, whereas I think these other people that you're talking about
I disagree with that.
are willing to have a place for everyone.
I would disagree with that.
That's the difference. That's fine. You're one of them. That's okay.
I'm one of them?
Yes.
What do you think I am?
You're a Ted Cruz.
I would not vote for Ted Cruz.
You are a Ted Cruz.
But at the same time, if John told me he was voting for Ted Cruz, I wouldn't jump down his throat. If you tell me you're voting for Bernie Sanders, I might jump down your throat because you're my brother. But if someone else I knew said they were voting for Bernie Sanders, I like to have a conversation with them and go, what do you like about Bernie Sanders? Like, tell me why you would vote for him. I wouldn't just automatically go, you freaking snowflake crybaby. You just want to give everything away, blah, blah, blah.
That's bad. Either, like you said, both sides are doing it, and both sides should not approach the situation.
And Rusty says, the problem is we're a two-party system, and we can't vote for independents, which I vote for more independents than anyone on this show. I guarantee that. Because Americans only believe in the two-party system. And it went back to what I said earlier. We're tied into this thing. You got to pick a winner. Pick a winner. Pick a winner. You can't, like Lee was talking about this before we fired the mics up. You said if you don't vote for one of the two parties, you shouldn't even vote. Is that what you said?
In our current system, there is only one winner. In the European Parliament system, everyone that wins a percentage gets representation in the government.
But that's not what America is.
So that's a flawed system.
If enough people got together and stopped the apathy that exists and they all banded together, things would change. But you got people like Rusty and like you just going, well, if you don't vote for one of these two, who cares? And it's kind of silly that if enough people...
This is the thing. If the only way Marsha Blackburn was going to get elected was if enough people showed up and voted for Phil president. A third party was never going to win.
Yes, it would.
It was never
What percentage of people do you think
win.
vote? What percentage of people do you think vote? It's like very low. If 60% of the people voted, that third party could come in and claim a victory.
Yes, if you had you're right. If you did the proper campaigning and that name was out there before the election, but people aren't going to show up on election day and just everyone write in the same name. That's unrealistic.
No, these people are on the ballot.
Happen.
These people are on the ballot. Gary Johnson was on the ballot. Ron Paul was on the ballot. There were independents on the ballot. It's not. I'm not saying right people. You're right. The write-in vote will never happen.
Who would name two other people besides Bredesen and Marsha Blackburn that were up for that Senate seat?
He just named all.
No, he named people that were running for president.
I mean, I didn't look into that one. I did look into the governorship. And God bless, I can't even think of the guy's name.
You know why? There's not enough.
No,
commercials.
I voted for him.
You know why?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're
because
right.
they don't have the backing money between all these super PACs.
Yes, you're right.
And all these other things.
I voted for Chad. Okay, I voted for Chad Rodden, who is an independent running as governor. That's who I voted for because I knew who he was.
He's a friend.
He's not a friend of mine. I don't know the guy.
Boy.
I don't know the guy personally, but I do know of him through people. I looked into what he was running for, and I liked it. And did he have a chance? No. John, you nailed it, really. It's money. It's can you get the word out there? And we're supposed to live in a system where each candidate is supposed to get equal time, and they don't. And it's not right.
When you see names on a board and you're like, who?
Yeah.
That's not who you're voting for.
That's true.
So let me just throw in this, because you're right. And the reason me and Rusty say this is because we're trying to play the game as it is. What you're saying is beautiful. But
Thank you.
This goes back to everything I've ever said.
Save that clip.
The problem started with Geico.
Oh, my God.
The problem starts with advertising in America. You guys just said it. We need to take the marketing out of products. We need to take the marketing out of politics. They're running on these platforms. If these politicians want to run an ad and say what they believe in, if they want to run an ad and say who gave them money and how much they were given, so we know where their interests lie, great. If they want to get on there and run attack ads, illegal. If they want to get on there and say something besides what they're going to vote for, and then if they vote against that, they get booted, great. But as it is now, you can get and you can
get
lie.
rid of probably more than half of the politicians if you just had that last rule. And
you can tell a joke. You can present yourself as a lizard on TV, and people will come and buy you. They will show up at the polls.
So election day happened. If you went out and voted, awesome. They say this year more people voted, not because of Taylor Swift, not because of Oprah, not because of all the celebrities getting out there and telling you, the common person, how they voted. But actually, they say possibly the rise of increase of voting was because of the voting selfie, the I voted sticker selfie. They said more millennials, younger people, I'm just putting it out there, are voting where they can take a selfie and show people they voted. Do you have a problem with this? I'm going to start with Lee. Do you have a problem with it? Okay, John, do you have a problem with it?
I mean, on the outset, no, I don't care.
Okay.
But it's kind of stupid if that's true.
Okay, so
That's
I'm going to
stupid.
put Jason put out there because this was discussed on Twitter this week. Please go follow us on Twitter at BYBpod. That's at BYBpod. And there was a discussion about this, and Jason said, well, what's the difference in that and then a candidate going to a nursing home, sticking a van full of people and taking them to the polls and telling them to vote for someone and giving them some, I don't know, whatever.
Some
Just
candy.
Yeah, sure, or pizza or whatever. Is there a difference at that point? Isn't the goal to get everyone out to the polls to vote? I mean, in the system we work, it's not
And
a very...
your question is would you rather have only qualified voters vote,
What-
or would you rather more people that are completely ignorant vote?
In the system we have today.
Right.
Which one?
I personally think if we had people that actually understood the politics only vote, yes. Because what happens is ignorant voters show up to the poll and they don't even look at the names. They just see R and D.
Yeah.
And they said, well, my dad was an R, so I'm an R.
So how
my
would you...
dad was a D.
How would
he's
you
a
do
D.
this? How would you do this?
Okay, first off, just get rid of the sticker.
Intelligence?
Get rid of the
Okay,
sticker.
wait.
Like no more candy passing out. No more stickers at the poll.
Okay, Lee says ban the stickers. All right, next.
I'm
Would
so
you have a
tired of
test?
the
Would you
selfie.
have an intelligence test to vote? Just
You
keep it
can't-
real. No. This is your government.
Okay, not an intelligence test, but what if the
Okay.
candidate was forced to file 5 points of their campaign, and when you voted for someone, you had to get at least 3 of them on the day. You had to pick out 3 platform pieces that the person said that they were standing for. That way, you at least guarantee that the person
that's probably not
had to
bad.
look and say,
How about if you're going to go that route? Why don't those positions represent the person instead the person represent the positions?
Well, I'm trying to do like Matt Damon over here. Do I got like a
Okay.
mirror I can write on or
Okay,
something?
so you got
Let me break out my
say
dry
they
erase.
ask you five questions regarding different positions, and the person that closest
okay.
represents your answers
see.
is the person that you automatically
That's
vote.
So
fine.
you
It's
don't
not
even,
bad.
You don't even vote.
You don't vote for a person. You vote for
For
ideas.
issues.
But then people would just start fudging that.
Yeah, I don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like I see what you're saying, John. I kind of like that. Rusty says you have to go vote for a person. Then you have to answer why you voted for that person. If it's something stupid, it gets ejected, which is good in theory. But then again, who's running? Who's
Right.
Who's
running that?
deciding who's saying
Look,
that's
guys.
stupid or not?
Truthfully, it's the best system in the world. Okay, I hate to tell everybody that it is. What's the best system in the world then?
Not the one we have.
Oh, it is. America's
Obviously.
the greatest
Any
country in the world.
system in which Marsha Blackburn is able to get power is a bad system. I'm
Or-
just
or
gonna
you
say
want
The
that.
thing is I don't like her. I honestly do not like her.
No,
but I
yeah.
guarantee you that she is probably not the most corrupt person that is in the Congress at this moment in time.
Probably not.
Well, isn't she a senator?
Well,
now?
yes, but she was the Tennessee.
Tennessee
representative.
says the Senate is part of the Congress.
that hurts my heart to
All
hear
right.
that out loud.
So, anyways, election day. What happened? If you don't know, I mean, I don't know what Rocky Miller. Democrats took the House. Republicans took the Senate. I honestly think that's the best way for it to be. I think that at least achieves some kind of balance in the system as opposed to. I mean, look, let's just be honest. The Democrats have had both and a Democratic president, Obama. Nothing got happened. Republicans had Trump, both of them. Nothing happened. Let's just be honest. Nothing's going to happen. Okay, so that's where we go.
Okay.
All right, but let's talk about. We talk about the perfect world we live in. But there's aliens, possibly.
Oh, we're going there.
There's possibly aliens that have visited planet Earth. Did you know this, John? Do you believe in aliens? Number one,
Here's a little fact.
John.
okay?
Do you believe
Hold
in
on,
aliens?
hold on.
I wanna-
The first man to walk on the moon.
Yes.
Neil Armstrong.
Sad.
Neil A. Backwards. Alien.
You know, Buzz Aldrin said there are aliens. 100%. He says this. He said there are aliens. Now, this is a man that was on the moon as well.
It's on the moon. Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear, if you've seen the movie Toy Story, is who he's named after, Buzz Aldrin. This guy is an American hero as far as it goes. And he says they're aliens. So, John, do you believe there are aliens in the universe?
In the universe.
Sure.
I seriously doubt it.
So, no. Okay. Lee, do you believe aliens?
Well, I think actually John does believe in aliens. He's admitted to us before.
Oh,
It's
no.
just
Here we go.
it's
Here we go.
framed as a different thing, but it's definitely aliens in outer space. But anyway,
He's talking about your religion, John, if you didn't
the
know.
numbers say yes.
Uh-oh. Oh, what's that?
It's the alien object, obviously.
It's coming for us. A mysterious cigar-shaped object spotted tumbling through our solar system last year may have been an alien spacecraft sent to investigate Earth. Astronomers from listen to this, Harvard University. This is not Tennessee State University, Tech U or whatever. Harvard University. The object named Oumuamua, I think that's how you pronounce it, meaning a messenger that reaches from the distant past in Hawaii, and was discovered October 2017 by a telescope in Hawaii.
That was just the world's biggest joint. That's what that was.
Is that why everything's
The
getting this?
world's largest joint. You've heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean,
Bringing you the news.
oh yeah.
It says that the object was propelled by solar radiation, and they're saying it was possibly
It's 10 times longer than it is tall. So most interstellar objects are round.
The
that we've
asteroids in
discovered,
our solar
right?
system look like that. So
Yeah.
This one is like miles long.
It
You know
is.
what else
Could
is
have
miles
obtained this
long?
shape.
what's that?
Spaceships,
Uh-oh.
right? Have you ever seen, obviously fantasy spaceship, even our spaceships, our rockets?
Yeah.
What are they shaped like? The world's
That's
biggest,
true.
what is it? The world's biggest joint?
joint. You're right.
There you go.
So, Lee, honestly, I mean, no crap. Do you think there is a higher than 70% chance this was an alien sent to
70?
observe us?
Yes.
So you think it was? John, you
Yes,
say
I
no
think it
way.
is.
No.
John,
I want to believe. I want to believe.
So why do you think aliens don't exist? I mean, do you think we're that
I'm saying
special?
if they do exist, we will never.
Oh, that's an Amber Alert for all you out there.
Coming in. Looks like we've been banned from Facebook, y'all. Great.
Wow, that was we shouldn't say anything. People are like, oh God, there are aliens. Isn't that weird, John? You ready to give your
kinda
answer?
weird.
That alien goes off.
I'm
Okay.
gonna cut me off there.
is
I
simply
don't think
a
the
piece of
technology
another
will
solar
ever be
system that
available
was expelled
for us to reach a
and has
planet
been
that
traveling
will
through
be able to
interstellar space
sustain
for
intelligent
hundreds
life.
of
Well, maybe
millions
they're
of
more
years,
intelligent than
billions
we
of
are,
years,
and
we
they're
don't
they're
know.
observing us. Like they're not going to come down and probably attack us. Let's just be real there. I mean, if they sent a spaceship, how many people could be on it? I mean, it wouldn't be like 1,000. It's not like Independence Day where there's 10,000 people
Well, it
on the
could just
ship.
be a
It could be
probe.
passengers.
See, they could be studying us just to say
We've literally sent probes into the outer reaches.
we
of
have.
this
So I
since
don't know.
like the 70s.
Well, there we go. So
We don't
So
see
another
that
one
in
that
our
I've heard
solar
is
system.
they're
None of the
proposing us to
asteroids
send
in
up
our
like
solar
this
system look
massive
like that. So
wide
it's very
spectrum laser
puzzling
show
how it could have
into
obtained
the
this
atmosphere as a signal to if there are other alien planets. Do you think that's a good idea or do you think that's a bad idea?
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm all about exploring. I think there is something out there. I mean, it's silly almost to me to think that we're so special that, I mean, whatever you believe in creation, if you believe in the Big Bang, whatever you believe, do you honestly believe it only happened one time anywhere in the entire universe? I mean, come on.
Well, if you believe in like infinite time,
yeah.
then it could have happened before. It could
What if
it's just a ticking time
what if
bomb?
that spaceship was actually us in another like timeline?
That's a little crazy.
Well, just watch Interstellar. It's not that crazy.
it's a little
All right,
crazy.
I want to go to Amazon and the robots. Now, I talk about this every other week, and I know I'm laughed at. And before we get to that, Rusty from the chat said, John, so you're validating one of the worst results, a.k.a. Marshall Blackburn, because you think there are worse people in there, John. That's sad. Sad news. Okay, Amazon is hiring fewer workers this holiday season, a sign that robots are replacing them. I've constantly told everyone that listens to this program, and they think I'm crazy. I think this is like a bit I do. No. And hopefully I'm not here when this happens, but robots are going to take over this planet one day. And so it won't matter if aliens come or not. But this shows right here, they're already this is how it starts
Maybe
right
the
here.
aliens will help us.
You think
Maybe they'll get our backs.
you think the wall's bad, brother? You think the problem we have with people coming over from other countries is bad? When the robots take over, man, anyone's gonna be able to run for office and just say anti-robots and they'll get elected immediately. They could be the biggest fascists ever. Robots are going to take over. Lee, tell me they're not. Tell me
Okay,
robots.
I had this great idea. A couple weeks ago, we talked about the sex dolls. I cannot wait till these robots get smart enough to act like humans because I'm going to set one right here next to me. And I'm going to set one right over there where John's sitting, and y'all are just going to be gone. It's just going to be me and the robot.
The honest truth
Well-
is, Lee's gonna replace himself with a robot.
No. I'm going
That'd
to
be
But here's what we
easier.
learned. Here's what we learned from last week's
your
episode.
robot.
The most successful episode ever of the podcast was actually the one where only me and John were on it. So if you replaced us and you took us off the show, you would literally have the worst ratings for the rest of your life because people would know. People come for David. They know what's up. They know who's giving the hot takes on the show. The robot David would go,
It's gonna look
"Yes,
just like you."
Yes, Lee. Yes, you are right, Lee. That is awesome, Lee. Yes, I love Bernie Sanders. I love socialism. I love communism. We get it, man.
Man,
It'd be
if you could
terrible.
maybe just do that for my other podcasts,
I don't know. Somebody's audio is still playing in the background, by the way. Okay, so anyways, I just want to get that. Robots are going to take us over. It's probably your thing there is probably playing. Okay, so anyways, robots are coming. They're taking us over. I want you to tell me on social media this week. Hit us up on Facebook or Twitter at BYB Pod and tell us why you don't think robots are going to take over one day, because it's going to happen. And we've made movies about it. That's the worst part. We're going to look back and go, damn. We had it all there in Terminator. We literally had it there in Terminator. We had it in AI. We had it in a number of other robot movies, The Matrix. We made the movies. Everything that people in the 1930s were making movies about is coming true today. Hey, we're making movies now about it, and we're just going to see.
But I've seen the Amazon automation, and it's like a bookshelf on wheels.
It starts slow, bro.
Are you going to be scared of a bookshelf on wheels?
Hell
Are
yeah.
you intimidated because you don't know how to read?
If it can crush me, I am, yeah.
It can't crush you.
Oh, it can crush you.
This is like the Stephen King.
No, it can crush
what
you.
was that movie?
Christine?
No, one about
It can
the
crush you.
tractor, the diesel.
Oh, Christine. Yeah, it's Christine. Maximum Overdrive.
Maximum
Okay.
overdrive. I don't know.
Okay,
I'm
so
not worried about it.
real quick, man, 69 years old, a Dutch man, wants to change his legal age to 49. Now, he says having a younger age on paper would give him a boost in life and on dating sites. And the reason he wants to be changed is because he physically feels like he is a 49-year-old man. And he says he's Emil Ratelband, 69-year-old motivational speaker from Netherlands, has petitioned a court to change his legal age by 20 years. He argues he feels 2 decades younger. Doctors told him he has the body of a younger man, probably Trump's doctor. And he
And
presented
huge hands.
he presented this argument before a judge. The judge expressed some skepticism, but also noted that changing the sex on a birth certificate, as transgender people have the right to do, was once impossible and is now allowed. Transgender people are now allowed to do this. This man says, why can't he do it as well? He has 7 children, a steady relationship with a woman of his dreams, and he is dating. He is seeking to have more children with more surrogate mothers. John, do you see a problem with this?
I mean,
Shock.
it's just stupid. It's just stupid.
So you don't see his argument that if you can change the sex on a birth certificate, why can't you change your age? What is the difference, mathematically speaking?
Because his body, if tests are done
Go ahead.
to verify identity or whatnot, those tests would still, I mean, his doctors may say that he has the health of a younger man, but his body, still science, if tested, would say he is 69.
But science, there are men that were born men that believe in their mind they are women and they want their birth certificate. They never get this sex change operation, but their birth certificate changes to female. What's the difference?
I think that's wrong too. If
Okay.
you
Well, there we go.
if you can't, I mean, for solely identification purposes, I mean, you can be tested and the hormones in your body will dictate whether you were born male or born female.
But his doctor's saying he is
a little bit more
45.
complicated
He's saying
than that.
he's saying
They
he
said he is fit. He doesn't exactly. That's a way of saying something. It was a colloquial term. It's not. He doesn't actually have a younger body.
he does not specify whether that's age is physical or emotional, by the way. Lee, comments.
So, John's saying that the gender thing shouldn't be allowed, obviously, right?
That's what he
I mean,
said,
that's not a surprise, but it's a little bit more complicated with gender.
Okay.
Like, age is a little bit more
Who's to say? Why?
calculated.
Why is it? Why
But
is it
I was
calculated?
thinking about this the other day because we had talked about that woman that was in college and said that she was a black person
Yes.
and was like leader. What was it?
She's the NAACP.
Yeah, so I thought about that the other day before I even saw the story. I was like, if people can choose their sex, or is it gender? Which one is it? I don't know. If people can choose their
Either.
sex, then why can't they choose their race too?
I choose yes.
If you identify as a black
Yes,
man,
please.
if you are known among your peers as the blackest white person,
Yeah.
then why shouldn't you be able to claim a black heritage?
You said
If this
you
man-
said before the show started, your exact words were, let's not get into race discussions today. So I'm going to back off that one because I have a lot to say about it, but I will just say, who cares? My thing
If
would
it
be,
makes them happy, right?
why don't the guy just put on there he's 45?
He said he
You're
don't want to
not-
lie. He doesn't want to lie.
He doesn't want to lie. Well, you believe in your heart you're that age, then you're not technically lying.
That's
Just-
true.
I mean, just,
Yeah.
just
It
don't.
doesn't matter what your birth certificate says.
Two things are going on
The
here.
truth of the matter is you were born in this
Either
year.
He's already done it, or he's trying to make a point.
I feel me, he's kind of like me a little bit. He's just doing this to be contrarian. I mean, he's just
exactly.
doing this to argue. Here's what I would say, man. If you really want to be 45, go to a grave site somewhere. Find someone that died when they were an
No.
infant. Yes. Go find
a
someone that
fake
died when
identity.
they were an infant. Grab their name, grab their date of birth, grab their social, and just be that guy and
No,
you'll be fine
don't do
with it.
that. Okay, I have a question for you guys then.
Yeah.
Not how old you are, but how old do you feel?
Well, most times I feel like I'm in my late 20s, honestly.
Like 28, 29,
Yeah, 28,
27?
29, maybe early 30s. Today, I hit my knee. I got a paper cut. I had my back hurting. Today, I felt like I was 50 years old. But most days, mentally, I feel like I'm like 30, 31 for sure. What about you?
I think someone said the other day that I had the maturity of a 23-year-old.
There you go.
And then-
Is that how you feel,
Yeah, I agreed with him because I was like, yeah.
John?
Maturity, probably late teens,
Oh, my God.
16, 17.
How do you feel, though, when you walk around? Like,
When I walk around, I feel like I'm in my 60s.
really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Like when me
I
and
feel
Lee,
like my body's falling apart.
when me and Lee go out to like music shows and stuff, I feel like pretty young, So I don't know.
Blame it on the
Well-
alcohol.
Speaking of bad decisions, it's time for one of the internet's favorite segments. It's time for Dear John.
Dear John, Dear John, by the time you read these lines, I'll be gone.
All right, it's time for Dear John. Someone wrote in with a question. John's going to listen to it. Lee's going to read it to him, and then John's going to try to give him advice and get the disappointment cannon ready. Let's go.
This one comes in. Dear John, my husband, who has a beautiful head of dark curly hair, decided to let it grow. It is now about halfway down his back. Sometimes he braids it or pulls it into a ponytail. Other times he wears it down and it falls loose. The problem is I can't bear to look at him. He has always been clean cut and short hair, but as time has gone on and many of his friends have begun losing their hair, he says he wants to grow it out while he can. I know that in the grand scheme of life, hair shouldn't be an issue, but I can't seem to get past this. I think it's because of the way he used to look. I can't talk to him about it because he really likes his hair. This feels like my problem, but how can I deal with it? From Too Much of a Good Thing.
Damn.
I think you said it. First of all, it's your problem. And if you can't talk to him about it, you've got a bigger problem than his hair. Get over yourself or talk to him. Get off your little high horse. Oh, you don't like the way he looks. Hey, if you got it, flaunt it. He's happy with his hair. Why
Okay.
do you have to rain on his
whoa,
parade?
whoa.
Well, I feel like we've had a counter discussion on this before.
Now, John, you have a wife. You're married
have
to
a
her.
wife.
Think she's attractive in the current state she's in right now? Hypothetically, let's say she gains 300 pounds.
No. She shaves her head.
Oh, shaves her head. That's better. Let's say she shaves her head.
First of all, I've already discussed length of hair with my wife.
Okay.
And I've already said that I would really, really be disappointed if she went with short hair.
You're-
So I at
Disappointment
least
cannon
Disappointed.
pulled
hey,
out.
hey, I did. I pulled that stuff
Okay,
out.
but what if she
But
did? Okay.
Hear me out. I addressed it before it even happened. So I was able to do that. This person is not even willing to
Okay,
talk to
but
her,
let's say,
her
who
husband
cares? You did-
about his hair.
But let's say she did
she
something
can't. That's
before
something
you talked to her.
minuscule.
Minuscule. She's not attracted to the man anymore. I mean,
She
come
needs-
on. The guy's wearing a ponytail
I'm
as an
saying
older guy.
she
It's
is,
offensive.
if she can't talk to her husband about his hair, there's something else about him that she's not attracted to, and it's not his hair.
Because he's
There
wearing a
is
ponytail,
something
John.
else.
John, no man over 35 should have a ponytail. It's
There's
fact.
many-
That's a
younger than
fact.
that.
There's many
write
that
that
do.
down. Well, write it down.
It's gross, though.
It's gross. It's disgusting. And I'm sorry. If you're out
I'm
there and
sorry
you're
if you're
listening,
listening.
and you're over
I was just
35, cut the damn ponytail. You're not fooling anyone. Okay? You're hanging on to something you ain't got, brother.
Go get
'Cause
chopped up.
when you get a certain age, you got to cut your damn hair. Okay? I hate to say that. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. This guy here, he's got to know that. I mean, this guy, look at this. Braids? You're braiding your hair at a certain... This obviously woman's a little bit older. John, you're braiding your hair at 35, 40 years old, man. Come on. You got
What
to
if
be
he's
kidding.
like of Nordic descent? You know?
It's the same problem with
Who's
white
the guy
people.
that played Thor in the
I'm going to
movies?
bring
Chris
races.
Hemsworth.
Same
Yeah,
problem
that guy,
with
right?
white people that get dreadlocks. Stop it. Stop with the damn dreadlocks. Enough of it. Enough is enough.
Hey, if-
Cultural
why is it
appropriation,
gotta be-
stop it. You're white. No.
Either
No.
nobody or
No,
everyone.
No
see,
white
Anybody
dreads. White dreads banned in David's World. Sorry, that's not even on a ballot. It's done.
Why not just say all dreads then?
I mean, it hurts me that I love Counting Crows and I love Adam Duritz, but man, he looks like a clown with those dreadlocks, man. And you tell me he doesn't, John? Come on. I keep it real. So
Hey,
I'm being
it
honest
works for
here.
him. Could you imagine him clean cut?
Do you like
Can
white-
you imagine Adam Duritz clean
Hold
cut?
on. You too, you love white dreadlocks. Is that you want to go on record right now? Episode 116. Like, you
It
love
doesn't
You-
work for me.
Hold
Do
on.
I love white
Do you like
dreadlocks?
white dreadlocks? You
Do
love it.
I love
Yes, you love
white
it. Yes,
dreadlocks?
yes,
I cannot say on air that I, quote, love
Thank you.
white
Yeah.
dreadlocks.
Okay,
But
thank you.
also, if somebody wants to wear those white dreadlocks,
No,
then more
no,
power to
no,
them.
no,
Okay,
no,
if
no.
that makes them happy.
No. So you're for so whatever makes you happy, you're
I think.
for.
I think.
Oh,
Listen. On some people, the white dreadlock looks good.
No.
On most,
Name 'em.
it does
Adam
not.
Duritz, you said
He
it.
looks like a
some people-
clown. I just
on
said
Could
some
you
people, it
imagine
looks
him
okay.
we're looking
I
clean
don't
cut?
want to imagine him looking like anything. I just
That's
wanna
what
hear
I'm
his damn
saying.
song.
It works for him.
Okay, so you're just
Some
telling this
things
woman,
work.
you're blasting the woman. Is
I'm
that what
bla-
you're
yes,
doing?
I'm
You're blasting the
blasting her.
woman.
Look,
She's
this is what-
terrible.
let me
That
give-
one.
let
Not
me-
all.
Can I
That
give her
one.
some
I
advice?
didn't-
Can I get?
Yeah.
Just have some cocktails one night. Get your guy like
Cut his
blitzed
damn
out.
hair.
Cut his hair.
Cut his damn hair.
He wakes up in the morning. He'll see it in the mirror and he'll thank you.
Yeah,
He's
there,
weak like
That's it.
Samson.
there you go. Hit the damn music. There you go. That's Dear John. If you want to write into us, bybpod@gmail.com or hit us up on social media with your question. And well, we said enough. Okay. I do want to give a big shout out. Trapper Haskins. What are you doing?
Go ahead.
Oh, I got a shout out real quick. I
All
want
right.
to put this in. I help support.
to put
I help.
it in.
I help support. Yeah, that's what she said. I supported a Kickstarter a while back. Guy Corey, my brother-in-law, knows this guy named Trapper. Really cool guy, and he has written a book about basically he went voyaging up and down the Mississippi River in a boat.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, it's a big voyage to go on.
He's on the boat. Don't you ever forget it.
And he's writing a book about it, the voyage, mental health crisis that brought him back to the river. He went with his family. He made the boat. He went on the trip by himself. Lee, this is right up your alley as you hike the AT, Appalachian Trail.
Oh yeah, exactly like it.
Well, it's a journey.
It's in the same kind of vein.
It's in the same vein. It's a journey.
No,
It's
I
like
love it. I love
It's
it.
a spiritual
I love the guy.
journey. And so
Neckbeards everywhere celebrate each
So I
other.
just want to tell you, go on social media. He sent me this shirt I'm wearing right now that says, "Do the thing even if your hands shake. Say the thing even if your voice breaks." I like that a lot.
like
That's a
that,
good
yeah.
thing.
I do like that.
That should, maybe major key or something. I don't know. But anyway, the Kickstarter's already going through, but you want to follow him on social media because when the book comes out, it's going to be great. He's a great writer as well. So I'm looking forward to this. I just want to give him a shout out because he wrote some very kind words. He wrote us a note to me about the show that he listened, loved it, loved seeing that we're doing something, putting it out there like he is. So go follow him on Twitter at Chasing Twain. That's Chasing Twain, like Mark Twain, Twain, Chasing Twain. Go follow him.
The Mississippi. I get it.
So there you go.
Ah,
Go
it's all
follow
coming
him.
together.
And I'm looking forward to it. And when the book comes out, I'll definitely do a quasi review on the show. But I just wanted to get that out there before I forgot because I love, as we talked about, Becky Warren, any kind of artist, Elizabeth Donaldson, Josh Baker. I love these artists that come to the show and they're really putting all of their effort into it. They're making music, they're making fashion, they're writing books. I absolutely love it. I love art. And so any chance you guys do something, let us know. We'll put it out there. My friend Dixie Greer's, she made a movie this past year. I just love it. I love seeing our friend Enders making music. Just keep doing what you do. Put it out there, and let's get it out there.
So I did want to say the guy wrote us a very passionate handwritten letter, which is
handwritten.
something you don't see very often.
No,
anymore.
no, not at all.
And in it, he referenced John's Snagglepuss character.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask John a question.
Uh-oh.
What is the plural of Snagglepuss?
What's the plural of Snagglepuss?
I guess pusses, snaggle pusses.
All right,
John, you want to
there
do
you
a
go.
quick Snagglepuss? Just saying, go
Maybe.
check out Chasing
Yeah.
Twain. You're on the spot, man. Can you do it? I'm not looking
I can't do it. I'm laughing.
I'm not looking at you.
Chasing Twain. Just-
Chasing Twain.
That's your key word, Chasing Twain.
I'm not looking at you, John. Go ahead.
Go on and get out there, chasing the twain.
There you go.
There you go.
Snagglepusses.
Snagglepuss endorsed it. All right, well, guys, we got through advice, we got through political talk, we got through life talk. So you know what it's time for, right? It's time for that major key.
So let me give you a major key. Where is the key?
That is not the key. I want the key.
Give us the keys. So let me give you a major key.
And you really do have the key.
Everybody stand up right now. Everybody. I got the keys now.
All right, it's time for a major key where we take a life lesson from today's episode. We put it up there for you people to see. Last episode, we said never go full hot dog. Episode 114, give uggos a chance. Episode 113, it's good to be the best, and so forth. All right, so what are we thinking about?
The only one I've really
For a major
got
key.
is don't drop the ball.
Okay.
And then I guess we could do something like
Drag lots on whites.
something about let your hand shake, let your voice break. I don't know.
That's, I mean, I really
Do
like
the
that
thing.
saying.
Just do the thing.
Say the thing.
Say the thing.
Yeah, say the thing.
I'm not going to put that thing is going to be like 5.
Just say the thing.
Yeah.
That's it. All right,
Say the
major
thing.
key from
Just say
Chasing
it.
Twain. Just say the damn thing. There you go.
Everybody stand up right now. Everybody. I got the keys now.
All right, that's it. Episode 116's in the books. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading this, however you're getting it. We've had a lot of you leaving comments this week. Jason Steen said some guy randomly messaged him, said he heard about the program. So the word's obviously getting out. We really appreciate all you guys supporting us as we move forward. And, you know, we were voted third best podcast by the listeners, and we really honestly appreciate that. As much as sarcasm and kind of, irreverence we have on the show, we do appreciate that. So
Next year, we want to be your number 2.
we do. Thank you. But you need to go to blameyourbrother.net. That's our website where we have all past episodes. We have articles up by our friend Adam Cox, my Fortnite friend, my UK friend, a blamer. We love the blamers. The blamers come forth and do a lot of great things. And you can check out all of his articles. He writes about pop culture, movies, TV shows, comic books. It's on there. Go check it out. A lot of great links up there, all of our social media. So like I said, engage with us during the week about anything we talked about. And if you're going to buy anything through Amazon, please click on that link. If you go to blameyourbrother.net, the website, click on the Amazon link. It takes you to Amazon, make the purchase, and we get a small percentage of the sales. It really helps us out. And don't forget, we're on Radio Vegas Rocks every Thursday. RadioVegas.rocks is the website. Go grab the app. There's a Radio Vegas Rocks. It is a 24/7, 365 internet radio station based out of Las Vegas. You could have went and hang out with Jay at Las Vegas, man. You missed your chance. But it's a great radio station, so go check it out. We're on there with our friends Not Playing Stupid, and a lot of other great shows are on there. Every past episode's on the website. And then if you want to contact us, there is a box for that as well. You fill that out. We get it. You can put a real name, fake name, whatever you want to do. We don't see whatever you put on there is what you put on there. Make sure you do that. And if you want to send us a voicemail like that anonymous person did at the beginning of the show, there's a chance to do that as well. So I tell Lee that, his words toward women are not appreciated. That's what I would like to see, more voicemails like that. Let's get this guy in line over here.
Yeah.
There's a reason he's called the
Crack
Alex
that
Jones of the
whip.
left. There's a reason he's called Ron Jeremy's bastard child. These are not guys that are good toward women. That's all I'm saying.
No.
Any remarks to that? You could just say right now as we end the show that Sarah Huckabee Sanders, thumbs up.
Sarah Huckabee, I love you.
Thank you. There you
Have
go.
my children.
All right. So I guess with that being said, Lee, Is there anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
Burn this.
I'm sorry?
This must never be seen by anyone.
You want me to play it again?
Has anybody seen this?
Nobody has seen this.
They have to be found and talked to.
That's enough. Put down the mic.
Welcome to Memory of the Week. Today is Thursday, November 8th, the 312th day of 2018. There are 53 days of a year. On November 8, 2016, Republican Donald Trump was elected America's 45th president, defeating Democrat Hillary Clinton in an astonishing victory for a celebrity businessman and political novice. Republicans kept their majorities in the Senate and House of Representatives. That is today's Memory of the Week. David, John, and Lee, back to you.
Roads?
Found and talked
Where we're going,
That's enough. Put down the mic.
we don't need roads.